Today I'm going to show you how to create winning direct response Facebook ads, even if your brand is elevated like Merit Beauty. Now this brand does over $100 million in revenue per year and have a super elevated brand. Now most people will think that to have an elevated brand, you can't really do direct response advertising. But Merit finds the perfect balance between performance and branding. And this ad that I'm about to show you today from Merit strikes that balance perfectly. So the way this video is going to be structured is that I'm actually going to play the ad for you. I'm going to watch it together, and then I'm actually going to break it down step by step for you. Now, the reason why I'm going to do that is because if I just show you an ad and you try and copy that ad, then you're not really learning anything. Whereas if I show you the framework behind the ad and I show you the structure and explain why it's structured in that way, you can not only understand this ad more to create your own version of this ad, but you can also create multiple other versions using the same principles I'm about to share with you today. Okay? And the reason why I create these videos is to help brand owners discover these new strategies, learn new things that they can apply to their business today, right? Not something abstract, not something super high level theory, more tactical things you can take action on. Okay. Now, before we jump into the video, some background on me. I've been running my own agency, Hayes Media, for the past 5 years. We help e-commerce brands scale. And the way that we do that is provide a consistent flow of winning Facebook ads to you and your team. You can launch on Facebook and scale. Okay. And we can do that on a weekly basis because over the years, we've built our own in-house team of creative strategists, of editors, of people who can source UGC creators. And that just means that we handle the process of building videos and statics end to end. And everything that I'm going to share with you in today's video in terms of the frameworks, in terms of the structures, is things that we do internally within our own company. We apply these frameworks and structures. Now, the reason why we do this, super important, because you might be thinking, well, cool, this is great, this sounds cool, but why is it even important? Because when it comes to scaling Facebook ads, when it comes to increasing your ad spend, you know that you need winning ads. You need ads that can support thousands of dollars a day, $10,000 a day of ad spend. Now, it is very difficult to get those ads if you do not have a structured approach to finding them, okay? Now, most brands and agencies, they throw ads together and they get lucky when they find winners. But what you really want to do is you want to have a process where you put in certain amounts of inputs, you use a framework, and then you get the output, right? And the output is not always a winning ad, but it's going to increase your win rate, right? And when you introduce a win rate percentage, meaning how many percentage of your ads actually turn into winners that you can scale, now you're starting to play the game on a different level compared to the other competitors that are out there. Okay. And final thing before we dive into the video, I just want to show you some proof that I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. One of our clients, last 12 months, just over $9.5 million in revenue. So let's get into the video and I'm going to play this. We're going to watch it together and then I'm going to break it down for you.
Watch how easily this is going to cover this up. This is pink lip liner that I just put on my face, and this Merit Beauty stick covers it up instantly.
It's incredible for so many different skin types. I mean, the reviews clearly speak for itself.
The minimalist, it's not quite foundation or concealer. It's a perfect in-between.
This is why you never wanted to wear a foundation ever again.
There's like 30 shades to choose from, so there's definitely a shade for everybody.
This gets rid of redness, texture, unevenness. I love that it still looks like my skin underneath.
The easiest foundation stick ever. Like, this buffs directly into the skin. You can literally just blend it in with your fingers.
Fibbing, I definitely got 8 hours of sleep last night. I like how this doesn't clog my pores and it doesn't have acne triggering ingredient. Anywhere that I need more coverage, I just apply more. I can have a light coverage day, a heavier coverage day.
It'd be great for all skin types, young and mature. So with every first purchase, you get a free makeup pack.
Cool. So this ad is 51 seconds long and it is a mashup, right? It's actually UGC product demonstration mashup, right? That is the name that we've given to this framework. And notice how throughout the mashup, you see the same people again, right? It's not just like one, you see them once and that's it. You see them again, which adds a little bit of trust. By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. Now, aside from the framework, I do like to identify the awareness stage of these ads because when we create ads internally, we create them based on different stages of awareness. Now, if you are not familiar with the stages of market awareness, there are 5 stages, and these were invented by Eugene Schwartz. And Eugene Schwartz is one of the godfathers, grandfathers of advertising. He wrote the book Breakthrough Advertising, which is one of the most profound books and game-changing books on advertising ever written. If you haven't read that book, I'd highly, highly recommend it. It is required reading for any marketer, in my eyes. But essentially, there's 5 stages of market awareness. Any market has these stages of awareness. Now, the stages of awareness are designed to go from those that are completely unaware, they're not even aware that they have a problem, to problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware. Okay, so you see how as you get through the stages, you get more aware of your problem, of solutions, of the specific product that can solve that solution, and of course, what exactly that product can do for you when you're most aware. Now, when you're most aware, that is when you're in the pocket, right? The buying pocket. That is when you're ready to pull the trigger and make the purchase. So what does that mean? It means that our job as advertisers, as running Facebook ads and building these creatives, is that we need to get people from whatever stage of awareness they're currently at to the most aware stage so that they can make an informed purchasing decision to buy a product. So why is this helpful? Because the stage of awareness that you're trying to target will determine how you speak to them, right? And how you hook people into your ads. Like when you're talking to people who are aware that they have a problem, it's going to be very, very difficult. The approach to that audience is going to be different than talking to people who are already aware of your product, okay? Because if they're already aware of your product, you know that they're already aware of the problem. You don't really need to talk about that much. Whereas if they are aware that they have a problem, but they've never heard of your product before, you're going to take a different approach. Okay, so that's why it's important to identify the stage of awareness before you identify what framework you want to use. Okay, it really stems from that. So the stage of awareness that this ad is targeting is primarily problem aware, but it's also going to target some people who are already solution aware. Now, the reason why this is because on the problem aware side is because the ad reframes heavy foundation as an unnecessary burden, right? There's this problem of skincare products that are too heavy and make you look a certain way, right? That is the problem. And it also touches a little bit on solution aware because some people are going to be aware of solutions out there that are solving this problem, but maybe those solutions are failed solutions, meaning they haven't worked for the audience. So that group in the solution aware stage of awareness are also going to be interested in this ad. Okay. So yes, sometimes your ads can target 2 stages of awareness, but you should really focus on talking to one. And if it ends up talking to 2, then, good, right? Because you end up killing more birds with one stone. So let's break down this framework step by step. So we start with the hook, which opens a curiosity loop, right? You want your hooks to trigger some sort of curiosity. The way it does that is quite unusual. You're like, why is this girl painted something on her face and what is she doing to cover it up, right? We just watch this hook again.
Watch how easily this is going to cover this up.
Watch how easily is also a great first sentence or great first phrase, right? Because it triggers curiosity, but she's about to show you something, right? So you want to continue watching.
Pink lip liner that I just put on my face, and this Merit Beauty stick covers it up.
So not only are you hooked in, but it also satisfies that hook. And it's important to satisfy your hook early on because what that's going to do is it's going to increase the engagement in your video, right? People are going to watch it for longer. If you don't satisfy the hook until 45 seconds in, people just aren't going to wait that long, okay? People have very short attention spans, but also as humans, if you open a curiosity loop, you want to satisfy that. Otherwise, it creates too much tension. So after the hook, we get into social proof. And I want you to notice throughout this ad how different people are used to express different things, right? It's not just different people using the product. They're talking about different aspects, right? And they're saying different things. So this girl right here, the second scene is talking about social proof. Just go back here.
Instantly.
It's incredible for so many different skin types. I mean, the reviews clearly speak for itself.
So incredible for many different skin types. It's kind of a benefit, right? A feature benefit, but look at all the reviews, they speak for themselves, right? So it's not direct social proof, but it's a green screen showing reviews in the background. It triggers in the customer's mind, like other people are using this, it's safe. Okay, that's really what you want to get across with your social proof. Now you could do this in many different ways. You could say over 1 million people are using this stick, right? That's another way you can create trust via social proof. Then we go into a little more product education because up until this point, we've shown that the stick works in terms of covering, this lip liner up. We've shown how the product works in terms of like covering something up on someone's face. It's incredible for different skin types. It has the reviews, but customers don't really know exactly what the product is just yet. So then we go into a bit more product education. Let's play this part again.
The Minimalist, it's not quite foundation or concealer.
The Minimalist is the name of the product. It's not quite foundation or concealer. It's the perfect in between. Okay, so it's also a way to kind of categorize the product as one. It's like not a foundation, it's not a concealer, it's kind of in between. And you could say that this is also a little bit of a unique mechanism, which is basically something that differentiates your product from the competitors. It creates a moat around your product. That is really, really important in today's age of Amazon, of Temu, of just the sheer amount of competitors that are out there on the market. You have to differentiate yourself, right? A unique mechanism is a way to do that. So you could say, yes, that is a little bit of it. But again, it just comes back to product education, which kind of positions that in between. Then we have a polarizing statement.
I am never wanting to wear a foundation ever again.
So after it says it's kind of in between a foundation and concealer, it says this will have you never wanting to wear foundation ever again. And yes, this is a polarizing statement because if all you've ever worn in your life is foundation, then this is going to create some cognitive dissonance. It's going to create a little bit of tension. And the reason why this is important is because it allows you to hook people back in, right? And if you've ever, if you've ever written copy and you've read books around copy, you have likely seen that the goal of every sentence is to get you to read the next sentence. And similar to the way that you're structuring your videos, you're writing a script, right? So when you're writing your script, the goal of every script line, every sentence, is to get people to read or listen to the next sentence. So what this polarizing statement does is exactly that. It re-hooks people back in. If you think that you're going to lose people, do something to hook people back in. Polarizing statement is a great way to do that because people are like, wait, what? I've been wearing foundation all my life. I need to continue watching. Okay, that is going on subconscious. Then we get into some features and benefits. So features, talking about all the different shades to choose from. So, if you have maybe a skin type where you find it difficult to find shades for your skin, that is kind of an objection that's also handled.
There's like 30 shades to choose from, so there's definitely a shade for everybody.
Okay, so handling an objection.
This gets rid of redness, texture,
Now a little bit more on the benefit side, what it gets rid of, what the product actually does in terms of a solution.
unevenness. I love
Okay, so it gets rid of texture, redness, unevenness, and then we talk more about the natural look.
that it still looks like my skin underneath.
Okay, so you've seen a trend in beauty in recent years where it's more like a minimalist makeup approach, right? Rather than wearing a ton of makeup, it's more like, how can I look more like myself with just a little bit of makeup, right? And that kind of satisfies that desire. Then we go into the ease of use. Now, the reason why this is so important is because if you are aware of Alex Hormozi's value equation, where on the bottom of the equation, which is what we want to reduce as much as possible, one of those things is effort and sacrifice. Now, if you focus in on effort, it basically means that you want to make something super easy, right? You want to reduce the effort as much as possible. So by showing how easy it is to use, it does a lot of things, right? Because a lot of people spend a lot of time doing their makeup, right? So if it's easy to use and it's fast, it's just another benefit as well.
Easiest foundation stick ever. Like, this buffs directly into the skin.
You can literally just blend it in with your fingers.
Okay, so there we have it. Next, we have the desired outcome, which is a little bit playful and humorous.
I definitely got 8 hours of sleep last night.
Okay, and after that, we have more features. The first one is about coverage, offering that flexibility to have more or less coverage, which means you have a little bit of control over that as well, depending on what you like. And then also, this also great for skin types, both young and mature. So just watch this again.
This doesn't clog my pores and it doesn't have acne triggering ingredient. Anywhere that I need more coverage, I just apply more. I can have a light coverage day, a heavier coverage day.
It'd be great for all skin types, young and mature. Also, with every first purchase, you get
Okay, and then you go into the offer/call to action, where we talk about this free gift, which sweetens the deal and maybe drives more people to take action.
get a free makeup bag. How cute is that?
I like how easily this.
Now, what I would do here is I would make this CTA a little bit stronger, because what most brands fail to do is they fail to really create a strong, compelling CTA. So yes, they've done a great job at, explaining this product, and they've used a lot of different women with slightly different age ranges, and they've covered a lot of, they've handled a lot of objections, and they've covered a lot of features and benefits, which is great, right? But I feel like the CTA falls short a little bit, and there's no urgency to act now. Right? Yes, the product is great, it's cool, but in a market so competitive as beauty, there's no push to act now. And there's multiple things you can do to get someone to act now. Urgency, scarcity, risk reversal, such as a guarantee, adding in some more authority. But the most important thing that they're missing is actually just telling people what to do. And most brands gloss over this way too much. Go to meritbeauty.com and shop now, right? Something like that. Click the link below, click learn more to go and get the product now before it runs out of stock. Something like that, so simple, right? And then after that, or even before that, you can start to say, well, yeah, this thing is great, but it's also so popular. And because of that, it sells out quickly. Or because of that, I don't know if there's many units left. Or when I last purchased it, it was low on stock. Or, when I wanted to get, a replacement, it was out of stock. So I ended up subscribing. Like those kind of things. What that's going to do is going to bake into your customer's mind that this is something that you need to buy now if you want to get it now. Okay, you need to take action now. And then again, you tell people what to do. And yeah, I just thought that the CTA fell a little bit short. If I was to do an iteration of this ad, I would probably strengthen the CTA, and I would probably tie more of the benefits to the actual desired outcome that the customer wants, right? In this case, you want to look a certain way. It's probably because you want a little bit more status, you want more social recognition, you maybe want to attract the opposite sex. Those things you need to bake into your benefits, right? You need to talk about the benefit, how, the product actually looks in terms of the desired outcome, and then link it to the actual desired outcome, right? Like, I was able to, achieve X, Y, Z because of, the way I looked, right? And I know it's very superficial, but this is how humans work, okay? You really need to understand your customer and understand humans on a level so deeply that you can speak directly to their core desires. Because if you have an amazing product, which you should, it's your obligations for people to know about that product, right? Because using your product over your competitors, they're going to have a better experience, right? And if you can provide that, then you want to make sure that you create your ads in a way that actually makes, that actually does that justice, right? So yeah, this is a great structure of an ad that you can actually take and apply to your own business. Note all of these different elements of this framework down, all these individual sections. You can go back through this ad, pause it at different stages, note it down so that you can actually build your own, right? And what I would do is when you're actually writing your script, write a line per element, right? So you start with the hook, write the line, then we have social proof. What am I going to write for social proof? And you structure your script in that way. Most people, they get carried away when they're script writing, and what happens is they end up with something that is not based on a structured framework at all, right? Now, if you don't want to do any of this and you just rather have a team come in and do this for you, then this is exactly what my team do. As I mentioned, we've been doing this for years. We help e-commerce brands scale to 8 figures, multiple 8 figures, 9 figures, delivering a consistent flow of winning Facebook ads every single week. And if that is something you're interested in, then there's a link down below. If you scroll down just below this video in the video description, the first link is one to my website. You can go ahead and book a call directly with me. It's free, it's 20 minutes, and it's 20 minutes that could change, the next 3 years of your business in terms of your scalability, your revenue, and your profitability as well. All right. Hope to see you on a call soon, and I'll see you in the next video.